Hey everyone, this is Rana.
And this is Scott.
And we're here today from Workato's product marketing team to share what our product team has been working on this month. So Scott, I recently logged into Workato and I noticed a few changes when I was building recipes. Did something change?
You're right, Rana. We've made changes to make the experience more streamlined. We're continually making updates to remove the extra click, the extra decision, and the extra second that you have to spend when designing, deploying, or operating recipes. We just launched the first of many exciting new changes to the recipe editor. You'll notice that the What Happens Next selector is now horizontal rather than vertical. This makes it easier to see the options while preserving visibility to the rest of the recipe, which isn't pushed down the page. So what changes stood out to you, Rana?
So when building recipes for longer, more complicated workflows, it can get confusing where certain pieces of information are being pulled from. It's super helpful that you can now see the source information when you hover over data pills in Workato's editor. I also love the new styling on the event tags, which makes it easier to identify the right action.
And speaking of taking the right actions, last year we announced some radical changes to simplify pricing for customers. A lot of our customers have taken advantage of the new recipe-based pricing model. So we've added a new section to your workspace so you can plan and optimize usage. It's great that the recipe usage and plan details are on the user subscription tab under account settings and on a card on the dashboard.
On top of the design changes, there have been some major changes to our Snowflake connector.
That's right. The enhanced Snowflake connector now automatically adjusts to schema changes and effortlessly replicates data from apps like Salesforce, Workday, and more.
That's great, but what happens if fields are added in these apps? I know admins have a lot of control and schema changes are often made without IT knowing. Is there a risk of missing data?
That's the best part. Workato will automatically check for schema changes and ensure that mismatches are reconciled so no data is lost. So even if a new field is added to any of these apps, the new data will be captured in Snowflake automatically. Now, Rana, security is a top concern for enterprises. I've heard more companies are starting to use SSO to manage employee credentials across the organization. How does Workato support SSO?
So Workato already supported SAML-based SSO on Okta and OneLogin in the past, but as of this month, we also support Azure Active Directory and Google Suite. So now customers using Azure AD and G Suite can easily provision Workato users and can set up multiple Workato workspaces as needed for development, testing, and production.
So that's awesome. What are the benefits of using SSO?
So SSO eliminates manual work to provision accounts, reducing operational costs, and improves security and compliance by ensuring proper offboarding when an employee leaves the company.
It also speeds up onboarding and improves employee experience. Kind of like when I started Workato 3 weeks ago. It was great to have access to everything I needed on day one.
That wraps it up for this month's updates. Thanks for tuning in. You can find additional information on each of the updates that we talked about in the description box below.
Hope to see you all in the next one.